A handful of problems.
Only, Martha, do you hear yourself? Only a handful of apartment complexes in America were taken over by Venezuelan gangs, and Donald Trump is the problem?
It's actually quite a simple fix, but the issue is America, like medicine, has become accustomed to only wanting to treat the symptoms and not treat the problem. How are you guys all doing? Hope you guys are all doing well. I appreciate you guys all checking out my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. I am Ty Smith. Make sure you guys are following me on all the platforms you see above and below. And also, clicking the thumbs up button right there will allow my content to consistently be recommended to you. And it pushes my content out in the shadow banning YouTube algorithm world, all right? If you would like me to see a clip, react to a clip, whatever like that, and I will shout you out in the process, if the tiers aren't completely full, go to patreon.com/modern renaissance man. That's how you can do it there. All right. Last but not least, double check and make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. Boom. Done in 40 some seconds. That's not a long intro. No. Anyway, I want to talk about this, ladies and gentlemen, because J.D Vance, oh my God, J.D Vance goes on. Oh God, he goes on This Week, ABC, This Week News, and utterly made this woman look ridiculous. Made her, man, you know what? It just made her. I would love to be a spokesperson for some of these organizations. Like, I'm just keeping it real. I would love to be a spokesperson for some of these people that like to call out this ignorance, like belligerent ignorance, like purposeful ignorance of these people saying some of these things that they're saying in regards to what's happening to your brothers and your sisters here in America. Now, people had an issue when I would talk about what happened to our brothers and our sisters. When I say brothers and sisters, I'm not talking about color or creed or sex or gender, none of that. I'm just talking about American brothers here, period. If there are American gangs, robbers, thugs, criminals who are doing things unlawfully to our American brothers and sisters, I will call them out the same way I'm about to call out this Venezuelan gang. But before I do any of that, check out how ridiculous this is, ladies and gentlemen.
We played some other comments about migrants, including in Aurora, in Colorado, where Trump said the city had been invaded and conquered by Venezuelan gangs. The Republican mayor of the city said flatly the city and state have not been taken over or invaded or occupied by migrant gangs. So do you support Donald Trump making those claims that the Republican mayor says were grossly exaggerated and have hurt the city's identity and sense of safety? I understand what you're saying, that some people left behind, but he's making these statements that the mayor is flat out disputing.
Well, Martha, you just said the mayor said they were exaggerated.
Grossly exaggerated.
That means there's got to be some element of truth here. And of course, President Trump was actually in Aurora, Colorado, talking to people on the ground. And what we're hearing, of course, Martha, is that people are terrified by what has happened with some of these Venezuelan gangs.
Senator Vance, I'm going to stop you because I know exactly what happened.
Martha.
I'm going to stop you. The incidents were limited to a handful of apartment complexes, and the mayor said our dedicated police officers have acted on those concerns. A handful of problems.
Only, Martha, do you hear yourself? Only a handful of apartment complexes in America were taken over by Venezuelan gangs, and Donald Trump is the problem and not Kamala Harris's open border. Americans are so fed up with what's going on, and they have every right to be. And I really find this exchange, Martha, sort of interesting because you seem to be more focused with nitpicking everything that Donald Trump has said rather than acknowledging that apartment complexes in the United States of America are being taken over by violent gangs. I worry so much more about that problem than anything else here. We've got to get American communities in a safe space again. And unfortunately, when you let people in by the millions, most of whom are unvetted, most of whom you don't know who they really are, you're going to have problems like this. Kamala Harris, 94 executive orders that undid Donald Trump's successful border policies. We knew this stuff would happen. They bragged about opening the border, and now we have the consequences, and we're living with it. We can do so much better, but frankly, we're not going to do better, Martha, unless Donald Trump calls this stuff out. I'm glad that he did.
Okay, let's just end that with they did not invade or take over the city, as Donald Trump said. I want to move on to
just a few apartment complexes, no big deal.
A few apartment complexes that the mayor did not seem was invading the entire city.
Yes. Yes. Instead of focusing on these thugs, these degenerates, these lowlifes, she focused on what Trump said. Well, the mayor said it was grossly exaggerated. You knew exactly what he meant. Come on, let's keep it real, folks. Well, he did say they're taking over the entire city. You really think he meant that? But y'all had no problem. Y'all had no problem when Americans, along with Antifa and all them dimwits, how they were taking over cities. We're doing this as a summer of love. They made tents and everything, taking over sections of Seattle. Y'all had no problem with that, right? Y'all forgot about that? And these were dumb Americans. Now we got dumb Venezuelan gangs coming in, and they are taking over apartment complexes in the city. You really think they meant that they were taking over the city? And you know what? If they were, it wouldn't be hard to believe, considering how they defunded the police, how they pushing for police and not really pushing for police to do their jobs and arrest these degenerates, right? I mean, am I wrong? So anyway, what gets me about this is I love the deflection in this. I tell you guys, look, my fellow doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, PAs, therapists, hospitalists, y'all know a lot of things that we're taught in school. And I know that we go through all that schooling, and it kind of breaks your heart when you find out that a lot of us are not trained to actually fix a problem, which is why I went the orthopedic way. Anyway, my point in saying that is this. You're trained to mask the real issue. A lot of people in medicine, I'm just saying not everybody, folks, there are really good doctors out there that want to get rid of the issue so you won't be a lifelong patient of theirs. But fixing the symptoms does not get rid of the problem. If I have a headache, the pain is not the issue. The pain is my body talking to me, telling me something's going on that's causing your vessels around your head to dilate and cause pain. The meninges are inflamed. The pain is there for a reason. The pain is to tell you that something is wrong. So you take this medication and the pain goes away. You think that, okay, this is good. It's all right. No, it doesn't mean that you're all right. There's people like folks that like, okay, let's say, for example, after we do like a hip replacement or something like that, a lot of people get a nerve block. They can't feel no pain or anything at all. So that can trick you into thinking like, man, this is good. This is great. But once that medication wears off you, oh my God, I'm feeling some pain in my hip. Man, what is going on? We took a bone. We took part of your bone out. We took the ball out of your humerus. I mean, your femur, y'all. I'm thinking about the arm. I'm doing like, that's why I did like this. See what happens? Anyway, we took a bone out of your femur, the top portion of it. We trimmed down your acetabulum. We reamed it. Put new parts in, things like that. Your body is feeling pain because of what we did to it. Now, if we put a nerve block on it, that blocks the pain signal. But it doesn't mean that you're fixed. It doesn't mean that you're well. You still got pain because of what happened. If you break your leg and we give you a powerful pain medication that keep you from feeling your leg being broke, and we just say, here, take this medication, go on about your life. Is the problem fixed? Y'all didn't catch that? If you break your leg, completely broke it, and you come in and all we do is give you medicine to mask the pain, and we just tell you to walk, for one, you're not going to be able to walk good on it because it's going to feel like mush. But hey, since you're not feeling the pain, the problem is fixed though, right? No. They need pins and screws. You might need an open reduction internal fixation. But my point in saying all that, ladies and gentlemen, is this. How is it that these gangs are coming here to these apartment complexes and beating up the property manager and running the property manager off, and then going and knocking on doors and telling people to live there, y'all got to pay us the rent. And the first thing that comes to these left radical leaning folks, Trump said they're taking over the cities. That's what he said. And the mayor, the governor, he said that this is grossly exaggerated. It shouldn't be going on. What are you talking about? What do you mean it's grossly exaggerated? It shouldn't even have to be exaggerated. It shouldn't even be an issue. And the police are taking action. What the freaking heck does that mean? They're taking action. What? Taking action can mean they went there and they filed a report. What do you mean they're taking action? I want to see hardcore, straight up evidence that the police went there and made arrests, threw them in jail, boom, 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 boom. That's what we want. I don't want to hear the police took action. What is that supposed to mean? If I told you guys right now, if I got up and left right now and came back and told you I took action, dude, you got up and left. But what did you do? I took action. Come on now. I'm so glad J.D Vance is doing this, folks. But I told you, I know I'm learning things. I've been getting with some people who are trying to mentor me and getting into this realm of politics when it comes to something that I may possibly run for. I'll keep y'all informed on that. Don't worry. But it's hard for me not to be me with my personality. Well, you know, Ty, when you do this, when you do that, it might come off as being, I don't care, because a lot of American people, I feel, want you to be genuine. They want you to be straight up. I don't want to always be, well, listen up here. See, this is the thing. You got to let me. I'm like, lady, do you even hear yourself right now? Like, are you seriously, are you reading from a teleprompter? Like, is that the card? Who told you to say? Do you understand what you're saying? You want to focus on Trump instead of worrying about the people who are being hurt by what these gangs are doing. That's what you're telling me? That's what you want to do. Call them out like that. I know, folks. That's why I told you. That's why I know that things got rescinded. Like The View rescinded their offer for me to come on their show because they know, they checked out my channel, saw how I was, and know that I would completely destroy them. And they rescinded their offer to me. Yeah. Anyway, folks, let me know what y'all think of this by leaving it in the comments below after this video. And don't forget to get into your cell phones, let people know in your contact list about this channel so this channel can grow and this message can spread through you, the viewers. Don't forget, if you want to see the next video that I will be doing, most likely it will be up here in chronological order. The things that I do as a variety on this channel will be down here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.